Hey fam, so for tonight's daily wisdom, I figured I would take it right out of here. It's called 33 Days to Morning Glory, a do-it-yourself retreat in preparation for Marian consecration, and there are consecration prayers at the back of the book, but that's not what I'm talking about. Tonight, I want to talk about her and why she's so important to Catholics. Mary, first, I think it's important to give a little background on Our Lady and how there's not really hardly anything about her childhood. Not really much about her childhood. There's not much about when she was born. Although the Nativity of the Blessed Mother is one of the holy days, I think one of like the 5 or 6, maybe 6 or 7 holy days of obligation throughout the year. I think it's in like the summertime or early fall. I can't remember for sure. Anyways, her parents are both saints, Saints Joachim and Anne. I think Saint Anne is the patron saint of mothers, one of the patron saints of mothers and wives. Mary was born free of original sin. There's been hot debates on that throughout the centuries, throughout the millennia. We know that God would not have sent Saint Gabriel, because to Our Lady to be chosen by God to carry and give birth to the Messiah if she had been tainted with original sin. It wouldn't have happened. So she had to have been born free of original sin. Midnight! Sorry, y'all, cat mom duties. She had to have been born free of original sin, or God would not have chosen her to give birth to our Lord. So she was born free of original sin. Like I said, there's not much in the Bible about Our Lady. She's mentioned here and there, and as far as her assumption, because the ascension of Christ, the assumption of Mary, Jesus ascends into heaven. Mary is assumed body and soul into heaven. I will get to that later. So, why is Mary so important to Catholics? Well, who did she give birth to? Who did she carry in her womb for 9 months? People. Who did she give birth to? Who did she give birth to? She gave birth to the Messiah. She gave God, this is the most important thing, she gave God her yes. And it says in here that it's important to give Mary our yes. It's very important to give her our yes. It's in here. I'm going to find it. Okay. And this is on, I think, the week 3 of the teaching of St. Mother Teresa for the consecration. So it says here, when we give Mary our yes, she begins to arrange all the events and details of our lives in such beautiful, tender, and loving ways. There you go. And I have to say this, we do not worship Mary. We do not worship her. People, get that out of your heads. Get that out of your heads. I will do a TikTok about this. Get it out of your heads. We do not worship Mary. We don't worship her. We worship her son. We worship God. We worship God. We worship Jesus Christ. I will get in a YouTube short on why I do that. So, and why you see a lot of Catholics do that when Jesus name is mentioned, we do that. I'll get to that in a YouTube short. Anyways, we don't worship her. We honor her and we want to imitate her virtues, but we don't worship her. I don't know where you guys get that idea. I have no idea where you get where you Protestants get that idea that Catholics worship Mary. I have no idea where you get it. Get it out of your heads, please. So, that's basically the main reason why we honor Mary and why we hold her in such high regard, and why Protestants need to do that, is because I'm going to end the video on this. My Protestant brothers and sisters, I'm going to end this with a question to my Protestant brothers and sisters out there. What if Mary had never given her yes to God?